Hey guys, it's Girl in the Dorm. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a college student and a small-time business owner. I mainly do painted vinyl records and stickers. As you know, part 2 of Wicked just released, and I'm trying not to see any spoilers because I'm going to be seeing it with my family later this week. In honor of the Wicked movie coming out, I've decided to do a week of Wicked inspired art. So today I'm going to be painting a vinyl record with Wicked inspired colors. So without further ado, let's hop into it. I'm gonna take a quick little break before I finish up, so I thought we could take this moment to chat and talk about Thanksgiving. So I know there's an age-long debate between ham and turkey. And while normally I'm a ham girly all the way, I do make an exception for Thanksgiving. Because my dad makes an amazing smoked turkey, but otherwise, any normal day of the week, just give me ham. As I'm sure you know, another big part of Thanksgiving, besides the turkey or ham debate, are what sides you are having. And I am so glad to go home and have my parents cook for me, because I'll be honest, I'm not that big of a cook. I can bake, but not a huge cook. So I'm super happy because they will be making mac and cheese, which, I mean, even a mediocre mac and cheese is good, but my mom's super amazing and super simple. We're also going to be having like green beans and some other sides, possibly something sweet potato, not completely sure. But the main thing I was happy to hear about was the stuffing. I love Thanksgiving stuffing. And I know this is one of those other controversies, but I love the stuffing from the box. And I know that can be a controversial thing. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but I don't know. Both me and my sister, my mom offered to make it from scratch one year, and we just told her, hey, just buy the stuff from the box because we really love it. But I mean, I think it works out well for her. It's less things to do. And for Thanksgiving dessert, and I mean dessert in general, I generally consider the most important meal of the day because it always makes you happy. But anyway, we will be doing pumpkin bread. I don't know where my mom got the recipe, but it is by far my favorite recipe. I've tried, when I couldn't find that recipe, to use another variation of it, and I've never had my sister hold her head in shame and look at me quicker than when I did that, because she's like, why would you mess with perfection? And she's right. The original recipe, miles superior to a recipe I used. Although, I would like to point out, she does every once in a while try to make some crazy healthy version of either pumpkin bread or banana bread, and I get to say the same thing back to her. Why mess with what's great? I think I lost my train of thought a little bit. Shocker. But besides pumpkin bread, which is dessert, sure, but also kind of just Thanksgiving snack lying around the house, we're going to be doing a pumpkin cheesecake. I love baking, but I've never made a pumpkin cheesecake, so fingers crossed it'll all turn out well. Once Thanksgiving is over, the season of Christmas has begun. And one fun thing about Christmas is you can shop without the guilt because you are buying for someone else. Although, I'll be honest, there are a few buys for myself too in the process, which I try not to do because I just remind myself, if I can wait a little bit, then not only do I not have to pay for it, but then it ensures my parents and my sister actually have things to buy me. Which, notice how I think about that. I love my dad, 2 bits and pieces, but he is such a hard person to buy for. When we were younger, it was a little easier because we just get him like candy and stuff. But now that we're older, it's so much harder because some of the things he wants, he's very into barbecuing, which is great for him, but college kid on a budget here. So most of the barbecue stuff, unless it's spices or seasonings, mom will be getting those gifts for you. And then everything else, because he'll put some things on his Amazon wish list that are like reasonably priced, he'll buy a few weeks before Christmas. It'll be on his list. And I'm like, this is perfect, you know? Couldn't think of anything, but now I have something. And then a few days later, it shows up at my doorstep. And we tell him every single year not to buy stuff off the Amazon wish list so that we have something to buy for Christmas for him. And every year he's like, yeah, but I really wanted it. Like, we know you really wanted it. That's why it was on your list, and that's why we were going to buy it for you. And then, of course, his response would be like, well, I wanted it now. And I'm like, yes, I understand you want it now, but unless you really, really need it, you could have just waited the 2 weeks, and then it would have worked out perfectly for the both of us. But anyway, that little rant aside, my sister and my mom, so much easier to buy for. The nice thing about my sister is she's into all the cute nail stuff. And I say cute, but like, she's full out. She has the nail stamp, she has like, I swear, 10 different kinds of nail polish styles, from like some type of UV powder, gel, like you name it. She probably has it. And so talented. I've tried using those nail stamps, and I spent an embarrassingly long time to not even get one to go on my nail. And then 2 seconds later, she comes by, she's like, oh, you just do this? And then it was on. But anyway, so very talented there. That's one great gift for her. Another great thing is she's very into skincare, which can be a little harder to shop for, especially if you don't know the brand or whatever. But she's very good about putting it on her Amazon wish list, so then at least I know what exactly she wants. And my mom isn't too bad to buy for either. I mean, she's a little harder than my sister, but definitely nowhere close to my dad's level. I generally stick to, she loves gardening, so I'll try to find some gardening gadgets, but we have sort of hit the point where I feel like she has everything she needs in that department. So I can never go wrong with some good old-fashioned candle melts. And recently, she has been very into bread making. So I did buy her this kind of like bread dome thing for cooking for her birthday or Mother's Day. And that worked out really well. But again, I feel like I've sort of hit the point that there's nothing else I can buy for her in the bread category that she needs, that won't just sort of take up room in our very limited kitchen because someone has all her baking stuff in the kitchen. So another big thing we end up getting her every year is generally she likes getting a few clothes. She knows to leave that task to me and my sister because we're pretty good about shopping for clothes. We'll have dad come with us, but we're generally the ones helping him pick out what would work for mom. Anyway, before I get too distracted, let's hop back into it and finish up the vinyl. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video, but bye for now.